They say April showers bring May flowers, but today, on this first Saturday of April, we've got a beautiful day here on the Cayuga Inlet. It's been a week of downpours, though, so this does not come without struggle. First of all, these rowers a lot of the week have been practicing indoors on those indoor rowing machines, also known as ergometers. In addition, as you mentioned, those water levels rising a little bit. So today is really going to come down to who can adjust to those changes the best headed into race day. Travis, Zoe, back to you. Thank you so much, guys. I'm here with Reese Peloton, the stroke seat in the men's 1v8 boat. A strong start to the day against Williams, but fell just a little bit short in the race. How do you guys rebound against RIT?
Yeah, we had some issues, technical issues in the first piece, but I think our strength is really our second piece. We, in the past, we've really pulled it together and come out strong in the second half. So yeah, I'm looking forward to our second piece against RIT.
Yeah, definitely. And as you get ready for that second piece, how are you communicating with that 1v8 boat to get adjusted for that race and make sure you guys are ready to go?
Sure. Let me think. I think that, we do a lot of breathing exercises, but we also talk as a boat a lot. I think that something I really enjoy about this team is that, we're all friends here. We really, make it an effort that we're, to be on the same page. And yeah, I think that's one of our strengths is that, we are of the same mind. And I think, yeah, that'll really help us in the second race.
Yeah, and I mean, you are yourselves getting some All-American recognition, but of course couldn't do it without your team. How is that team chemistry impacting you guys in the boat?
The guys are great. They're, we gotta move, sorry. Being at the boathouse is a little chaotic. I think that... Sorry, what was your question?
Anyways, the team chemistry, how is that impacting you guys in the boat?
Sure. It's all smiles. It's all laughs. I think that, we don't get too on our heads after a piece like this. I think that we knew we gave it our best. And, we're ready to turn it around, I think that, yeah, everyone plays off each other's strengths.
Well, thank you so much. We will send it back to the booth with Travis and Zoe.
A lot of water in the air this week, but it hasn't put out the fire. That's Ethan Fantel, face of the Bomber lineup, and he had a huge week, 3 for 4 with a triple, a homer, and 5 RBI. So that started against Hobart in that game, and continued success against Clarkson as well. 14 RBIs in the same week. That's just unheard of. In addition, a .571 batting average this week, 3 home runs, and he was great as a freshman, but he's only getting better.
I was talking about a couple weeks back the fact that these Bombers are going to need more than one catcher who can contribute on a regular basis. Haley Petrucci has been so reliable over the last few years, but Emerson Poulin, I had tabbed her as kind of that secondary catcher, and she's been way more than a secondary catcher. A big game, started game 2 of the doubleheader, went 3 for 4, 3 RBIs and a double. That's an insane stat line, and on the year, just unbelievable so far. Her bat should continue to make a difference when she's catching, and that's really rare to see at the catcher position. This Bomber team has 2 of them, Haley Petrucci and Emerson Poulin, both great bats and both great behind the dish.
And Nikita, while you hit on the importance of depth in baseball, now Roberts will turn to you as we talk about the baseball team's depth of bullpen.
Yeah, let's get right started with Jack Collier, and call this guy Pac-Man because he eats innings like no other reliever can. 34 2/3 innings last year. He has 100 total innings in his career, 28 strikeouts last year, the most among relievers, and the 4th overall on the team. Now I'm going to just stick with the power here. This team might have more power than they did even a year ago. I mean, yeah, they lost McDermott, they lost McDonough, lost Riley Brody, but 41 home runs in 41 games last year. That's all right, but this year, 9 home runs in 5 games. I think that's just a little bit better if you look at the trends, but Ethan Fantel, he's going to hit more. He has 1 already, three all of last year, so already on a better pace. And then if Orlovitz and Mestry can maintain their power too, this could be a scary lineup for the Bombers. Lots of power. You could even see Trey Walker contribute. He had a home run in the fall. He's adding some power and muscle this offseason, so they could have a full murderer's row out there by the time this team really settles in.
And 3 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions, and a touchdown and a field goal for the Cardinals later. We get a 23-10 Game 2 win for the Bombers. What clicked for Ithaca in these 2 very different games?
It seems like a bunch of field goals to me personally, but I've got to go with Elise Waddington here because in both games, whether it was the 5-0 win or whether it was the 23-10 win, her bat has really warmed up after that slow start in spring break. 3 for her first 25, now 7 for her last 10. She had a double in game 1 against St. John Fisher, and then in that second game, 3 for 3 and a home run. Just unbelievable stuff all weekend long from Elise Waddington. She was the driving force in this softball lineup.
With last year's coach departing for NYU, Ithaca men's basketball brought in a new head coach this offseason, Mike McSloy from Drew University. McSloy recently led Drew to their first NCAA tournament appearance, utilizing a fast pace and press defense. Bringing that new system to a new school is a challenge. However, joining McSloy at IC is a key piece from last year's Drew team in Matthew Zanker. Well, it was the well-rounded nature of Ithaca College's strong academics and athletics that sold Zanker on transferring. His relationship with Coach McSloy was certainly a factor.
I wasn't really considering Ithaca until he got the job here at the beginning of the summer, so just knowing him and being comfortable with him and trusting him was a big part of it, definitely.
Zanker started 10 games and averaged 11.5 points per game for McSloy last season. This year, as a veteran within the McSloy system, McSloy has different expectations for Zanker's role on this Bombers team.
I think here we're holding him to a higher standard, and I think that's something that he's excited about, and I think we're excited about it as well.
Zanker has already taken on a leadership role within the program, helping other players understand what McSloy is trying to implement systematically. In Wednesday night's practice, the team scrimmaged against themselves, with Zanker and junior forward Alex Penders taking on a vocal role within their scrimmage squad.
Really playing full court defense, so you have to constantly be ramped up, and I think if you get your mouth going, then your body will kind of follow suit, and you have to be there for the younger guys.
Zanker has also shown off his shooting skills right out of the gate. He was one of the sharpest shooters in Wednesday's practice and followed it up with 26 points in Saturday's game. Nonetheless, his most important role has come through communication. As Bombers men's basketball starts their season, Zanker has been critical in helping McSloy get the rest of the team up to speed on his system, especially on defense. Reporting for IC Journalism, I'm Andrew Roberts.
Liberty League play is underway for spring sports here on the South Hill. With your Ithacan Sports Update, I'm Andrew Roberts. IC softball is riding a 5-game win streak and started off Liberty League play with a doubleheader sweep over Union College, winning 2-1 and 10-2. Junior pitchers Maddie Rowell and Taylor Brunt each pitched complete games to lead the way for the Bombers. Turning from one diamond to another, IC baseball finished the week with a 2-3 record, taking down Clarkson University 17-10 on Monday and SUNY Oswego 6-4 on Wednesday before being swept in a 3-game series with Rochester Institute of Technology. Offense has been the consistent factor for this baseball team as they lead the Liberty League in batting average and OPS. IC men's lacrosse improved to a 2-1 conference record by taking down Union College 9-8. No Bomber scored more than 2 goals, but senior goalkeeper Andrew Menard once again stood out with 9 saves in 17 opportunities. IC men's and women's rowing were in action on Cayuga Inlet on Saturday. The women's first varsity 8 won both pieces of the event, taking down RIT and University of Rochester. The men's top boat split their races, was in a Williams in the morning before taking down RIT in the afternoon. Both teams will look to claim a Liberty League title on May 1st. Our team of the week is IC Women's Lacrosse, who started the weekend by taking down Bard College 22-1 before carrying that success into an 18-6 win over Vassar College on Saturday. 12 different players scored in the Bard game, but the trio of senior attack Lee Natural, senior midfielder Lily Cody, and junior attack Kelly Algary led the way in the Vassar game with a combined 13 goals. Sophomore goalkeeper Michaela DeTillo had her best weekend of the season in net, and senior walk-on goalkeeper Nicole Allen made her season debut and made a save. That's all for today, but you can check out the ithacan.org/sports for all things Bomber athletics.